Anna Schofield
and Big House. And here we are live across all 7 Emirates. Nice having you with us tonight. Let's talk about the best news.
Oh man, I missed that intro, bro. I'm just saying. Yeah, let's talk about this. Tell me, Anna.
So yesterday, and it was literally sort of lunchtime I first got the news, the UAE announced that they want to grant Emirati citizenship to talented and innovative people. This has never been known before here in the UAE, so this is extraordinarily exciting. And I'm in my 11th year, and when the golden visas came out, so we've had the golden visa for about 2 years, and I was nominated for a golden visa at the time. For whatever reason, I was nominated. So they came to me and said, "Do you want to be nominated?" And I was like, "Are you kidding? Of course I do." And didn't get it. So I don't know why I was asked to do it. I don't know why I didn't get it. But then, of course, 2 years later, now they're talking about this citizenship, and this is really interesting because these legal changes would mean that a foreigner, for the first time, foreigners could hold a passport here, but they could also retain their original nationality. So in effect, you could have dual citizenship.
Okay.
So say me, for example, I could keep my British passport, but I could also have a UAE passport, which means I could stay here forever. And you know that that's what I'd love to do.
I think that's very interesting. I think definitely, like you said, Anna, for non-Emiratis, but obviously some countries, like I know for a fact, Saudi Arabia allows you only one passport, for example. So if someone wants to shift, they'll have to make a choice. But I think something like that, I mean, these sort of kind of announcements. So the UAE and what it was able to do is obviously it's still a young country. Comparing to the Arab kind of other countries, right? Like if you think about it's
the history of those.
It's just, for me, it's very interesting, the fact that they really want to focus on. We have so many talented people here. We want them to stay here, and we want them to benefit the Emirati flag. We want them to be, I'm trying to look for the word, we want them to be under the Emirati flag, the kind of umbrella. So that when you, as Anna Schofield, an Emirati, let's say you're a volleyball player and you go represent, or tennis player, and you're really great, and you represent under an Emirati. The world knows, okay, you're not or whatever, but you are still under an Emirati umbrella, flag, citizenship. And I think it's very, very interesting. I think it's they're saying that people eligible for nomination include investors, individuals, specialist profession such as doctors, scientists, as well as other and talented creative people. This is where,
and that's quite interesting. The end bit really interested me because that's the ambiguous bit. That's where they've gone. We need to include that because there's going to be someone who isn't an engineer or an investor or an accountant, but they will be beneficial to the UAE.
100%. And talking about this category, Anna, the talented individual must have patent inventions registered by the Ministry of Economy and Commerce or any internationally recognized organization.
Right.
They should also submit a letter of recommendation from the ministry. Now, artists, for example, must have had one or more international awards in their fields and a recommendation letter from the government institution to their field. So if you're an artist over here, you have to have at least one international award.
Amazing. Okay, I've got one of those. And then what do I have to do?
That's it. And find a letter or recommendation.
From someone here?
From the government institution, of their field.
So I need to go and start banging on the Sharjah government door. Yeah, and I'll take my award with me.
What's the award you have?
I have a Sony Radio Award.
Oh, nice. See? I'm telling you, then khalas, that's it. Because this is what it is. One or more international awards. Look, there's many names there. The UAE is like a hub, especially when it comes to creatives and musicians. Like every single musician in the world have passed on the UAE and went inside the UAE, enjoyed the UAE and kind of went back home. Some people, like I think Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, came here for vacation, not work. Vacation.
Right.
So they're just chilling around the UAE.
Why wouldn't you?
Vacationing.
Yeah.
So it's not only the business element of things. Of course, at the end of the day, it's business. But I mean, coming in here and just kind of chilling and forgetting the world and connecting. When I met Ray Allen, who was an incredible legendary basketball player, he came here a couple of years ago with Nike and Soul DXP. He said that he got his kids with him. He said, I want my kids to know that there are people different in America.
Yeah, exactly.
Like And the UAE is a perfect place because there's 200 plus nationalities.
No, exactly.
It's like one trip, you see everything.
All you got to do is walk through a mall, and it doesn't matter what emirate you're in either. Go and walk through the Sharjah malls, and you will see every different nomination and the different culture. Wonderful. I've always said that's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
My kids have had the benefit of that. I recently did an interview for a podcast. And one of the questions was, do you think that your children have had a better upbringing from living, because they grew up, my kids grew up here. And I said, yes, I don't think they know it yet, but I think they absolutely have. They're very able to understand different cultures. They've got friends of all different nationalities, whether it's Canadian, Sri Lankan, Filipino, Arab. My daughter's best friend is called Nada. She's Arabic. I love that. I love that they've been exposed to all of that, because I wasn't.
Fact. I think it's really cool. Let us know what you guys think of this. Also, other Gulf countries kind of offering citizenship. Guess what? 2019, Saudi Arabia granted citizenship to foreigners in fields such as medicine, technology, but it was only based on these two. The UAE is kind of also pushing that creative and talented, making it bigger, which is really cool. All right, this has been requested more than one time. So Anna, you were away when this happened. Something historic happened. There's a Jordanian singer-songwriter. Okay. His name is Isam Najjar. He's about 17. Okay. Cute kid, curly hair, just amazing, very nice. He dropped a song in September, and the song did really well on YouTube. Did like 7 million, 8 million. It reached 12 million just last week. Wow. Now the crazy part is this: just last week, this song that we're about to play right now was the most Shazam track in the world.
Oh my goodness.
In the world. Yeah. His life flipped upside down in one day.
Wow.
The manager of the weekend hit him up and signed him.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, it was like, I know the kid on WhatsApp we talk.
Stuff of dreams, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's very simple. It's in Arabic. Again, I want to say it again. The guy's been singing English all his life.
Right.
He did one record in Arabic, boom, impacted. So care about your culture, you guys.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield
and Big House.
Live across all 7 Emirates through till 8 o'clock. Stay with us. It's going to be great.
How does it feel to be back?
I love it so much. It feels quite weird because I've been, I'm not a rule breaker, so I did everything that was required of me. And actually, it feels like I've been released into the wild almost. It was.
She's been released. Yeah. Wow. So really random. We're gonna give you what's coming up in this hour, but really random today. I woke up. I don't know why I started. I don't know what time. It was early, and then I started watching animal videos on YouTube.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. I can lose hours doing it.
I think do that one time.
It's really good for the soul.
From baby owls to cats.
Yeah.
There was this video, and it was so funny, about animals that don't want to go to the vet when they hear like the vet name. Yeah. So there's like this dog, and the guy's pranking. He's like, hello, I'm gonna bring X, the dog's name, to the vet. Yeah. And what time is the vet? And the dog's like, and it starts barking and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's the same thing with cats, and there was a dog that's kind of putting his head on the carpet. I don't know. Like, funny stuff.
No, they know.
Do that one time in a while. It's cool.
Yeah.
What's coming up in an hour?
Okay, so we're going to be talking about Hass. I can't wait to talk about this. Online faux pas. So the kids are doing online learning at the moment. Mine are doing a hybrid kind of half in, half online. Yeah. Well, I was obviously at home as well because we were all there together. Yeah. I committed some absolute buttes while my kids were online, to the point where the teachers asked them questions and I embarrassed my son. Oh. I'm so pleased with self.
I can't wait to know what you do.
I was writing it down because I was at the time going, Ass is going to love this, with my son going, you're so embarrassing.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, let's definitely talk about that. I also want to talk to you about this, thing. There's a media war, or we'll talk about that later.
There's a media war.
I don't really know what happened. Against from the UK to the UAE. I want to know because, obviously, we have a lot of people in the UK right here. And
the whole of the UK is there. Yeah, but you're not actually supposed to travel unless it's work or it's important travel. So I think there's a little bit of resentment. And obviously it's winter time and it's bleak there. It's properly bleak. But I've been noticing the bad press coming from the UK regarding the UAE from family and friends, and I've been calling everyone on it and going, sorry, I just don't understand. Sorry, why are you annoyed at the UAE? Anyway, finally an article today has come out and said this media war against the UAE, it's not actually about COVID-19. And they tell you why, and all of it makes sense.
Wow. Some NBA updates. We just had an incredible day of NBA with buzzer beaters and all that stuff. Just amazing. Women should be at the heart of the global post-pandemic recovery.
Have you read this?
Let's talk about that. No. But I love the headline.
Point.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say I've been saying it.
You have.
And this is a big look. It's a big conversation, but I can summarize it with one sentence. If women rule the world, we'll be in a better place. Simple. No, think about it. Seriously. I mean this in a serious way. Like, it's just a different. It's not a good or a bad thing for men. It's just you guys handle situations, catastrophes, things differently.
Yeah.
Not better or worse. It's just different. And that different works for the world. But let's talk about that.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Cass.
Showing your country roots there. What?
Do you know this film, Anna?
Oh, I do.
Just trying to guess with you right now. Come on.
Hang on, wait.
One of the most iconic films ever. It's a war film, but it's also a romantic
war film?
Yeah. War film, but it's also a romantic film. Come on. Before we talk about online schooling.
Don't know, Saving Private Ryan.
No. But it's the same actor. There was
Tom
an actor.
Hanks?
No.
Oh,
No.
it's going well, this, isn't it?
No, none. No.
No? Not Tom Hanks.
Not Tom Hanks, but I think Pearl Harbor.
Oh,
It is Pearl Harbor.
excellent. So basically it's Pearl Harbor. I don't think I've seen it.
What? Oh, yo.
No, I don't think I
seriously.
have. No, I don't think
Oh,
I have.
you need to definitely see it.
Because I'll cry.
It's a great movie. It's a
Okay.
great film. You haven't seen it, really?
No,
Seriously?
I don't think so.
No, seriously, go watch it. It's beautiful.
Okay,
I
but
mean,
I'm going to cry.
no, look, it is definitely, it's sad, but also it's a great story. Like, I'm not saying it's better than Titanic so that I don't get DMs and stuff like that. I'm saying it's really powerful.
So I
Dope.
don't get DMs.
Okay, let's talk
Don't
about
take it
online schooling, Anna.
Okay, so the kids now are back on the online schooling thing.
Okay.
And so for the last couple of weeks, they have, I've got a daughter and a son, and they've got their computers on. They sit next to each other. I make sure they do it in the main house area so that actually when their school day's finished, they can close their computers and then they can feel like they go to their bedrooms and
I hear you.
It's different.
Good point. A lot of people have been doing that. A lot of people I know have actually redecorated the living room area to be a classroom.
Right.
Just to be like, yeah. So they don't study in the room. You're not allowed to go in your room. You go downstairs.
Yeah.
If they have a villa. In my case, this friend of mine, he had it's a duplex situation. So downstairs is a classroom.
Yeah.
Upstairs is where you go to sleep. And it's decorated as class.
Yeah,
There's a wood board. There's all that stuff. Yeah.
And I think it's important. You've just got to categorize the rooms. Otherwise, they will literally be in there all the time. So, my son's Xbox is up there, his PlayStation 5, his whole blah, blah, blah. But now he's...
I can't imagine what these kids went through. Like, and still going through, to be honest. Like, I keep thinking, because we didn't go through that.
No.
Our generation didn't go through that stuff.
We didn't have that.
We didn't know.
And we didn't, I didn't have a war either. So a lot of people are saying, because this is their war, this is their version, it's their World War I or their World War II or whatever. The necessary, kids around the world have been through wars and they've had to acclimatise to those kind of different environments. This is theirs. They're the kids of the pandemic. They've had to stay in.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're downstairs now. What they do quite a lot, my kids, and I don't know if you've got kids and you're having this too. What they will do is they'll check into the class.
I thought for a second
hi.
she's talking about me. Like I'm like, I don't know if you have kids. But I thought you were talking to me like, hey,
kids online. Yeah.
Anna, you forgot about me.
You forgot that 3 weeks and you forgot. But if you've got kids online, so they check in and they go, hi, miss, or hi, sir. Okay, register. And then they put the computer on mute.
Okay.
Now, the first morning that both of them were down there, I came down. I didn't realise that Lola was online. I didn't realise that she hadn't muted it.
God.
So I came down the stairs. Not only was I in shot when she's there, I was in my pajamas.
Oh, nice.
In shot.
Okay. In shot.
In shot. Walked
People
up
saw you.
to her and asked if she wanted some, and she was there going. And the look on her face told me that something's wrong, but I had no idea.
Shout out, Lola.
And I was just like,
I can see that look. What's happening?
Yeah.
You want some vegetables with that eggs?
She spun the computer around and went, Mummy. They can all hear you and they can all see you. And I went, oh, because of course you then check yourself.
Yeah.
I was, oh my goodness, but found it hilariously funny. And then she went, they can still hear you. And I'm laughing at myself thinking I'm really funny. So that was the first time it happened.
You should have gone, what's up, class? How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? So that was the first one, mother in pyjamas on the screen for all friends.
Okay.
And then there was another time and it was just Albie. And this was just brilliant.
Tell me about Albie.
He's doing his class. I get the speaker out. I'm going to do some gardening. So I put on some music.
Bank on it.
Right. No, I didn't put that. I should have done. No, I cracked into some normal stuff. I can't remember. Anyway, and I can remember. It's part of the story.
Okay.
Suddenly I hear Albie going, Mummy. I can't hear him for the music because I'm out in the garden.
That's
and
funny.
I'm just, And I went in and he's embarrassed. Like he's properly embarrassed. He's got a red face. And I went, what? And he went, did you not hear any of that? And I was like, no, because I'd been singing. Apparently, he'd been in English, and his English teacher had gone to the whole class. So there's probably, 25 kids.
Wow.
Who's listening to music? No one said anything. I went, who has got Fleetwood Mac on? Now, at this point, Albie went, yeah, exactly. Albie went, oh. And he went, sorry, sir, that's my mum. And the teacher, he said he thought he was going to get a real telling off. And so he's sitting there also really, really embarrassed. The teacher went, right, well, can you tell your mother, please, that she has incredible taste in music?
I saw that coming.
To which Albie thought that was really funny, but also really, really embarrassed.
That's funny.
And he said, I didn't have it on mute. And I went, oh dear, so what happened? He said, well, you were singing in the garden. That's
funny.
So now when I'm near them, they will go, they'll do this kind of cut the throat sign to go, don't speak, don't come round back to the camera, like I'm banned.
That's funny.
Have you done anything like that? Have you embarrassed yourself at all online?
Good question.
Because you're doing Zoom
I do a lot of
all the time.
Zooms. No, it hasn't happened yet, but I do a lot of interviews with artists at night, and sometimes,
when your wife comes through.
Ahmed would come in and he'd just look in and we'd be talking about something very serious, like the state of Arabic hip hop in the region and stuff like that.
Right.
And he'd come in and they're like very like that, and then he'd come in and he's like, oh, who's that new kid? Oh, they look so cute. How are you? And they change their vocals.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, okay, what I was talking about right now. So I make it a point, actually, to be honest with you, to bring him and talk about it in the show, where I say he's autistic and autism is a disease, and the whole the whole tape. People call it's like tape. Yeah, I'm going to be repeating this till the last day of my life.
Yeah.
Saying that autism is not a disease and he's my hero. Yes, you heard it before. You're going to hear it again every single time.
Yeah.
So, So God bless. But that's an incredible story.
Well,
Shout out to the teacher, too. Like him saying that that's a good...
I know.
Do you know his name?
I was so proud. What, of the English teacher?
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, let's dedicate this to him.
Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big House.
4215, and we are live through till 8. You can text us anytime. Now, I'm going to do something that I don't do a lot here at Yalla Home.
Why not?
Don't often talk about sport.
You don't.
No.
We talk.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And I need an NBA update because obviously I've been away for 3 weeks.
NBA
and
updates. Incredible.
I have no idea what's going on. And obviously after I've done a bucket buzzer or whatever it is, I want to know.
That's actually correct. Bucket buzzer. A lot of people call it bucket.
Do they?
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No idea
I'm
what it is.
impressed right now. But let's
Amazing.
talk football.
Let's talk football. So Lionel Messi, arguably the best footballer in the game's history, thought of by some as that. I don't know.
I think he is.
Okay. I'm sure Omar Al-Douri will have a viewpoint. Do you know what Omar Al-Douri
No,
from the
I
halftime
don't care
show
about
said?
Omar Al-Douri's opinion right now.
Okay, there it is.
Shout out to Omar Al-Douri. No, I think. Look, his story is incredible. Like Messi, Messi, what he stands for, how he is on the football field is just incredible. Now, a lot of people would say Ronaldo because he's like getting all these awards and stuff like that. But the Ronaldo-Messi kind of rivalry has been incredible to watch and to see. Right, these two are two of the most incredible athletes in the world. But now Messi is about to break and make history.
Well, no, it's actually it's historical, and that's what's really interesting. So he's basically spent his entire career at this particular Barcelona. And he's always loved it. And he joined there when it was like a youth player or whatever. I mean, he's just been brought up. That's his home, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. This contract ends soon.
Yeah.
And he's actually asked to leave. He wants to leave. It doesn't like the direction that the club's gone in.
Yeah.
So I can't get into that because I don't know much about it. But what I will say is the press that have leaked the story got hold of his contract, which was set a few years ago.
Yeah.
And this has turned out to be the 555 million euro contract over 4 seasons, thought to be the biggest pay deal ever for an athlete. And they reckon that he's already had 3/4 of it. So he's been being paid this money.
Yeah.
Well,
no, but,
interesting.
Yeah, but 100%, but it's not confirmed yet. Now, the updates as we speak, and this is just 10 minutes ago.
Tell me.
Again, it's not, so obviously it was leaked.
Yes,
and Barcelona now is denying the leaking of that. Look, it's a whole game right now because, like you said, Anna, for the past kind of couple of months, Messi's body language, Messi's kind of vibe is like, I don't want to stay in the club anymore.
Oh,
but again, I just want to say, like, take it from a human perspective. Like, if the team is losing or not doing well or whatever, because this happened in the NBA, something similar, not to kind of divert from it.
No, come
a
on.
player, James Harden, he played in the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
His team was losing. So he went on the podium doing interviews and he's like, no, I can't do this. This team sucks. It's bad.
Okay.
Like, terrible team.
Oh.
He, and he demanded the trade the next day. Is this good? In my opinion, no, because you put all your team and all the stuff. It's not a classy act.
Right.
In my opinion. Now with Messi, I don't think he's, because again, nothing is confirmed, and I don't think this is confirmed. Like, this is not the contract.
No, he just said, I'd like to leave. But but they do seem to be talking historically. So they seem to be saying that he's been earning this, and then that's what's leaked. So maybe I've got it wrong.
It is. I think Messi. Reports are now saying Messi is really angry that the contract has been leaked.
I'm not surprised. Nobody wants their private wealth sort of splattered everywhere all over the papers.
And I think, again, look, this is why it's a media game, war game. All these are sadly a game. Like, even politics sometimes it's a game, right?
Oh, massively.
So now I feel that this whole it's a publicity or a public game, and the whole world sees it. Oh yeah, we leaked it so that he can say, and I don't know what. Now his image is discredited. That he has to stay with us, not stay with us. Now the whole conversation is happening right now.
Right. Okay.
But he's furious and he's angry at the situation, and it's not a. He doesn't like it. But numbers don't lie. Like, it's crazy. 555 million euros
of which
for 4 years.
He's going to probably pay half of that in tax in Spain. So that, because everyone's going, oh my goodness, we're going through the worst pandemic ever, and Spain can't afford various things, and there you are earning this much money. So there's lots of judgment on the back of that. Remember that out of that, say he does get 500 million euros, half of that's going to the government.
Okay.
In tax. So that needs kind of saying, because it's not like here where he would get all of that money. He would pay a large chunk to the government. So actually it would benefit them.
Yeah. The story is actually folding as we speak right now. But the latest update is like Barcelona is actually denying the leaking of that contract. And, this is where they are. So Barcelona expresses its absolute support for Messi, especially in the face of any attempt to discredit his image and to damage his relationship with the entity where he has worked to become the best player in the world and in football history. It's a big deal, fam. Like, Messi, Barcelona record, has won 10 La Liga titles, the Champions League 4 times, and awarded the best player 6 times. He had a controversial summer request to leave, kind of followed by clashes and stuff like that. And this is the whole thing. But it is a story that's kind of evolving as we speak, and I would love to kind of update you as we go.
Okay, you
100%.
can update us.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to do NBA next, right?
Yalla Home. Big House.
Wowzers, and I know what this track means, and I know what's coming, and after 3 weeks of not being here, I'm actually intrigued as to what's happening with the NBA. I've never said that before.
Ah, man, the NBA season this year, ladies and gentlemen, is just remarkable. So let me give you the scores today. A heavy night in the NBA. Just when I say heavy, just incredible games. The Trail Blazers beat the Bulls at the buzzer. Just the last seconds. When I say buzzer, there was 4 seconds remaining on the clock.
Okay.
And one team was losing by 2 points.
Oh.
And they had the ball, and Damian Lillard shot a three-pointer, and just as the clock expired, the ball went in.
And so that's counted
that's
as
a buzzer
an in?
beat, yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing that the opponent can do. It's the game is done, over.
And it's a buzzer baby, did you say?
Buzzer beater.
Oh, buzzer beater.
A buzzer baby, I think, can work. A lot of players like, "Buzz a baby, yeah, man." So that's what happened. Also, the Lakers beat the Celtics in a big matchup right here by 1 point. So let me give you the standings real quick. In the Eastern Conference, the Bucks fell from number 1 to number 3. So 76ers is at the top right now. New Jersey Nets is at number 2. The Bucks, which is my team, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, is at number 3. They're not really doing well this year. Jazz is number 1 in the West. Clippers is number 2 in the West. And third is the Lakers as well. So the two kind of teams that were expected to be kind of taking over,
Clippers and the Lakers.
The Lakers from the West and the Bucks from the East are not really doing that well, you know. But it's still early on, 20 games in.
How many games overall will there be?
84, I believe, or something like that. So there's still, there's still a lot of stuff, to go.
If you liked this episode of Yalla Home, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.